Olympian and Christy Wallace. Other than that, this group has been together here for the last month or so as Boston finds Mitchell. Here is Clark off the screen, launches, and drops a triple.
The Indiana Fever just rocked the WNBA world, and it's all thanks to two players you need to know about. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell just put up numbers that are making the rest of the league nervous. What did these two do that's got everyone talking? Let's break it down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Think you know everything about rookie-veteran dynamics? Think again. The Fever just flipped the script on what's possible in a single season. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. What's the real game changer that's got the Fever blazing past expectations and leaving analysts scratching their heads?
Confidence to do it and willingness as well.
Mitchell launches and hits a three.
Let's rewind to the start of the season. The Indiana Fever were pegged as just another rebuilding team, destined for the bottom of the standings. Analysts weren't giving them a second glance. But fast forward to today, and you're looking at a completely different picture. The Fever have stormed to a 17-16 record, leaving those preseason predictions in the dust. So what happened? How did a team go from afterthought to playoff contender in the blink of an eye? Two words: Clark and Mitchell. Caitlin Clark stormed into the league like a tornado, and she's been tearing it up ever since. In their recent clash with the Dallas Wings, Clark put up numbers that'd make even the most seasoned vets jealous. We're talking 28 points, 12 assists, and 5 three-pointers. But it's not just about the stats. Clark's got a court vision that's borderline supernatural. She's creating scoring opportunities for her teammates left and right, elevating everyone's game in the process.
Indiana led by 28 earlier. It's a 26-7 run as Mitchell puts an end.
But here's where it gets really interesting. While Clark's making waves as a rookie, Kelsey Mitchell's been holding it down as the team's veteran leader. And boy, is she leading by example. Mitchell dropped a whopping 36 points in that same game against the Wings. Talk about a 1-2 punch. You might be wondering, what makes this duo so special? It's simple. They're the perfect yin and yang. Clark brings that rookie energy and fresh perspective, while Mitchell's got the experience and proven scoring ability. Together, they're a nightmare for opposing defenses. Think about it. How do you guard against two players who can light it up from anywhere on the court? 1 minute Clark's threading the needle with a no-look pass. The next Mitchell's draining threes like it's nothing. It's basketball whack-a-mole, and defenses just can't keep up. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about Clark and Mitchell. Their success is contagious. The entire team is playing with a new level of confidence and swagger. Suddenly, the Fever aren't just competing. They're expecting to win every time they step on the court. Chemistry and talent are just the tip of the iceberg. The Fever have unlocked a power that's making opponents sweat before they even step on the court. What invisible advantage is fueling their unexpected rise? You might think it's all about the points, but Clark and Mitchell are bringing something even bigger to the table.
Double teams get past Clark. Mitchell, corner three, connects. Clark sizing up Cunningham. Here is Mitchell. Another three. Mitchell is...
These Splash Sisters aren't just changing the scoreboard, they're reshaping the entire game. Let's talk about that court vision. Clark's got eyes in the back of her head, I swear. She's threading passes through gaps that don't even exist yet. And Mitchell, she's not just waiting for those passes. She's creating space like a magician, appearing out of thin air to sink shots from downtown. But here's where it gets wild. This duo isn't just dominating, they're inspiring. Their confidence is spreading through the team like wildfire. Suddenly, every player on the Fever is stepping up, believing they can make the impossible happen. Coach Christy Sides deserves some serious credit here. She's not just letting Clark and Mitchell do their thing, she's building an entire system around their strengths. It's like she's got a crystal ball, always one step ahead of the opposition. Remember when the Fever were the team everyone wanted to play? Those days are long gone. Now, they're the squad keeping coaches up at night. How do you game plan for a team that can beat you in a dozen different ways? You want to know the real secret weapon? It's not just the talent or the coaching, it's the vibe. The Fever are playing with house money and they know it. There's no pressure, no expectations weighing them down. They're out there having fun, playing with a freedom that's throwing the entire league for a loop. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a team having this much fun while dismantling their opponents? It's basketball in its purest form. Joy, creativity, and a whole lot of buckets. This pressure-free environment is like rocket fuel for their game. Clark's pulling up from logo range with a grin on her face. Mitchell's dancing through defenses like she's got the cheat codes. And their teammates? They're along for the ride. Each game feeling more like a celebration than a competition. But don't get it twisted. This isn't just about good vibes. The Fever have found a formula that's turning those positive feelings into cold, hard wins. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder, but without the weight of the world on their backs. It's a dangerous combination for anyone standing in their way. The intangible spark has ignited a wildfire. As the playoffs loom, the Fever aren't just in the conversation, they're rewriting the script. But here's the million-dollar question. Is this Cinderella story about to get an unexpected final chapter? The clock's ticking, and it's not midnight these underdogs are racing towards. It's a championship. You might think the Fever's newfound success is just a feel-good story, but it's causing some serious waves in the WNBA. Let's talk about their current position. With a 17-16 record, they've gone from bottom feeders to playoff contenders faster than you can say buzzer beater. But it's not just about making the playoffs, it's about how they're doing it. The Fever are racking up road victories like they're collecting souvenirs. And trust me, that's got other teams sweating bullets. Why? Because the Fever aren't playing by the usual rules. They're not just winning, they're disrupting the entire playoff landscape. Imagine you're a top-seeded team cruising towards the postseason. Then suddenly, this scrappy underdog team shows up, playing like they've got nothing to lose. That's the Fever right now, and it's giving coaches nightmares. Here's where it gets really interesting. The Fever aren't just a cute story anymore. They're a legitimate threat. Their unique playing style, powered by the Clark-Mitchell duo, is like a wild card in a high-stakes poker game. You never know what they're going to pull out next. Think about it. How do you prepare for a team that's reinventing itself with every game? One night, Clark's dropping dimes like a vending machine. The next, Mitchell's scoring from angles that shouldn't even exist. It's basketball chaos theory in action. But let's zoom out for a second. This isn't just about this season. We might be watching the birth of a new WNBA dynasty. Clark's just getting started, and Mitchell's in her prime. Imagine what they could do with another year of playing together. Scary thought, right? The confidence they're building now, that's rocket fuel for the future. Each win, each clutch play, it's all adding up. The Fever are learning how to win when it matters most. And in the playoffs, that's worth its weight in gold. So, what does this mean for the rest of the league? It means the playoff picture just got a whole lot more interesting. Teams that were counting on an easy first-round matchup might be in for a rude awakening. The Fever aren't just happy to be there, they're coming to win. And here's the kicker. The pressure's not on Indiana, it's on everyone else. The Fever are playing with house money. They've already exceeded expectations. Now, they're just having fun and playing their game. And a team that's having fun is dangerous. So as we race towards the playoffs, keep your eyes on the Fever. They're not just making noise, they're changing the game. What started as a rebuild has turned into a revolution. And who knows, we might look back on this season as the moment when a new WNBA powerhouse was born.